Welcome back. You're tuned into Lunch Break, and the breaking news is a remark that has been made by the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He, in fact, today has launched an attack on the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, who is presently in the United Kingdom. It was in an interview to a newspaper that the former Prime Minister has said, and I quote, "Prime Minister Modi should follow own advice to me on speaking more often." Well, clearly taking a dig at the Prime Minister and slamming the Prime Minister over his silence on some very serious issues, including the Kathua and Unnao rape case that had sparked massive public uproar. The former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, has further said, and I quote, "Narendra Modi's failure to speak up earlier allowed people to think that they can get away without stern action being taken against them." He further added that the banking sector isn't in a good shape, it needs to be overhauled, and also spoke about the atrocities against minorities, saying that this could harm democracy if gone unchecked. So these are the words by the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, and also slamming the government and the Prime Minister. In fact, clearly hitting out at the Prime Minister for his silence over the rape and murder of an 8-year-old child in Kathua, and the alleged rape of a teenager in Unnao by a BJP MLA. The former Prime Minister taking a dig at the present Prime Minister and also saying that the Prime Minister should follow his own advice to me and speak up more often. All right, those are the words coming in from Dr. Manmohan Singh. This was during an interview to a particular newspaper. Maushmi Singh joins us for more on this. Maushmi, there's been a lot of criticism coming in for the government and also for the Prime Minister over those two stories from Unnao and Kathua that sparked massive public outrage. And joining those voices is the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, who's taken this opportunity to attack and take a swipe at the Prime Minister. Right, Maushmi, you know that we're having some trouble there with your audio. We'll just try and fix it. But those are the words of Dr. Manmohan Singh. He says, and in fact advises the present Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, that he should follow his own advice to me and speak more often. In fact, Dr. Manmohan Singh was criticized in the past by the BJP for not speaking too often, for remaining silent. Sanjay Jha from the Congress, in fact, is right now with me on the phone line. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks so much for speaking to us. So the former Prime Minister attacking the present Prime Minister and, you know, also giving out an advice that how the Prime Minister should follow his own advice to Dr. Manmohan Singh that he should speak more often.
Well, let me tell you, Avantika, it was so unfortunate that when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi as the Gujarat Chief Minister used to mock him. The Bharatiya Janata Party was extremely insulting. You had people in Parliament, outside Parliament, and leaders like Mr. Modi himself making a lot of sarcastic and sardonic digs at him because he was a dignified man. He spoke much more than I think Narendra Modi did, but his conversation was never one-sided. And I think somewhere, Dr. Manmohan Singh today, as a former Prime Minister who's been there for 10 years, is basically, I think, asking Mr. Modi to speak up because I think there are very, very serious issues that I think the common man is currently confronted with. It's not just about the very costly and dastardly acts of the Kathua and Unnao rapes that have happened.
And there have been several in the last 5 years, ever since the government came to power, and a demand that has been made consistently by the opposition for the Prime Ministers to speak on all of these issues in Parliament as well.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something. I mean, we are the world's biggest democracy. India prides, at least, I don't know whether it's now more in theory than practice, of being a very functioning democracy. And you have a Prime Minister of the most populous democracy in the world not holding a single press conference in 4 years. I mean, that's appalling. That's shocking. And I think at the end of the day, I think the message to Mr. Modi is very clear. And I think it's happening at the ground level. But I think, Dr. Manmohan Singh has been very generous enough to give him some advice. Speak up, after all, a leader is meant to communicate.
But to be fair, the Prime Minister did speak on these issues. He did break his silence, during an event that was there to commemorate the birth anniversary of B.R. Ambedkar, in fact, promising justice to the women and also giving an assurance, at least, to protect the women and the children of our nation?
Well, you know that exactly what happened in Surat thereafter. And there have been many such horrendous cases still cropping up. And, I think, honestly, Avantika, I think it's appalling state of democracy in India that when you have a child and, innocent girls and women being brutalized all over the country, that we have to feel good. We have to start celebrating because.
But Sanjay, nothing has really acted as a deterrent to those horrific crimes. The Nirbhaya gang rape case also happened during the tenure of the Congress party as well.
Well, Avantika, the way I look upon it, I mean, I agree. Nobody is blaming Narendra Modi personally for it. But you're the leader of this country. And in both the cases of Khatwa as well as in case of Unnao, what made these, frankly speaking, extraordinarily different was because there was a political complexion on both these cases involving the BJP. Now it was brazen as it gets.
Okay.
And in Khatwa, you had BJP ministers supporting the rapists themselves.
So let me also get in.
Condemnation was not enough.
Let me get in RP Singh from the BJP. And sir, today, as they say that how life comes in very strange ways back at you. There was a time when the BJP would taunt the former Prime Minister for his silence, in fact even calling him at times Manmohan Singh, criticizing him for not speaking up enough. And today you have Dr. Manmohan Singh giving out the same advice to the Prime Minister and saying that he should follow his own advice to me to speak more often.
Well, Manmohan Singh, he never even spoke but also never acted. I mean, here's a Prime Minister who speaks and acts both ways. And I was hearing to your panelists, I don't know who he was before me.
We had Sanjay Jha.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sanjay Jha. I heard Sanjay Jha, and he spoke about the two ministers in Jammu Kashmir. He has forgotten, he has not spoken about Ghulam Ahmad Mir, who was the president of the Jammu Kashmir Congress. And he is the one who said that he doesn't have any faith in the crime branch and he wants the investigation to be sent to CBI. So, I mean, if you speak something, you should also measure yourself and your party by the same parameters. And also, how can you forget? I mean, a TV journalist from your channel only was groped and lynched by the people who were there at the Congress rally at that night when they went with the candlelight vigil. Mr. Rahul Gandhi went to the candlelight vigil. So, I mean, one should think twice or look in the mirror before speaking. And also, Salathia. I mean, Salathia was the election engine of Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad.
Right.
And Ghulam Nabi Azad has not uttered a single word. He's the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha. I have not heard a single word from Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad about Salathia. Well, he has not criticized Salathia for till date on the court. And then whole of this episode was happening in Jammu is being led by Mr. Salathia. Even today, he's the one who's leading it. He was one who stopped the charge sheet being filed against that the culprits by that woman,
right,
the general lawyer, and it was Mr. Salathia and his team who was holding them to file the charge sheet also.
All right, Mr. RP Singh, thank you so much for your time. Mr. Sanjay Jha, thanks so much for joining us as well.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.